Hi everyone. We've had lots of interest in learning how to better understand and be able to utilize Google Classroom. As you've probably heard from a lot of your teachers, more and more teachers every year are using Google Classroom, and so it's something that is probably a good idea to at least be aware of and see if there's ways that you could utilize it as well. So what I've done is create a Google Classroom for Illinois Ag in the Classroom, and I have a class here for all the county coordinators. So I'm going to kind of walk you through that and show you how to use that today. What I do want to preface this by saying is that you should not be setting up your own Google Classroom and adding students to it. So G Suite for Education is a program that schools can get where the schools can decide what features they want their students to be able to use. They have school-approved email addresses, and there's lots of privacy and legal issues that go along with it. So you should not be setting that up on your own. You should not be having it set up with private emails from students. You should be doing that through the school. What can happen though is a teacher could add you as a teacher onto their classroom page, or they could set up a separate page specifically for the work that you do with classes. And so there's still a way that you could utilize Google Classroom, but you need to do it through the school and whatever way they're utilizing G Suite. So keep that in mind. However, if you wanted to use Google Classroom to coordinate with teachers, you definitely could. Or if you wanted to use Google Classroom to do any kind of online trainings or send information to teachers, you could utilize Google Classroom for that. All you need is a Gmail account, and you can set up your own Google Classroom site. Alright, so this is the home page. I'm signed in as Ag in the Classroom, and if I wanted to add a class, I would just click this little plus sign, and I would say create a class. Okay, here's the legal thing that says, hey, that you're not using this at a school with students. I'm going to say, no, I'm not. And I'm going to name my class to create the class, and it's as easy as that. So since I've already done that, I'm going to click on my class for coordinators, and it's right here. To get people to be able to join your class, you can do a couple things. You'll notice right here there is a class code. If you can send people to classroom.google.com, they can type in that code and they can be admitted to it. And you can actually click right here and it makes it real big on the screen. So I would use that a lot as a teacher to put that up in front of the class on the smartboard. You can also add people yourself. So you can see here there's a spot to add teachers. So you can see I've added Stephanie and Kevin here, and then you can also manually add students as well. I can tell you from experience it's much easier to just have them add themselves. But depending on how you're using this, that may change how you do that. Okay, so Google Classroom is super simple, basic kind of idea. It's basically a stream of posts that you put on there. So you can see right here it says share something with your class, and so I could say hello and good morning. Alright, and then I can either choose to post that now, or I can choose to schedule it, or I can say, yeah, I don't want to post it right now, I'm going to save it for later. But right now I'm going to say post it. So you can see that pops up at the top of my stream here of my Google Classroom. Alright, if I wanted to post any kind of classwork, so any kind of documents or assignments, I would click here. On classwork, I would go to create. And you can see I can post a number of different things. So if you want to have an assignment where it shows up that this is something that's due at a certain time, I'll start there. Alright, and so you can title it. So I'm just going to say assignment number 1. Give some instructions. And let's say that I needed to add a document with that. So I could click add. I would go to my Google Drive, and I'm going to just attach this sample document. And there's a couple different ways that I can make this show up for students. And so if I click here, I can set it so the students can just view the file. I can set it up so that students can edit the actual file that I sent. So in Google, it's one file, and it automatically updates that single file. Or I can make it, and this is what I did oftentimes as a teacher, I can make each student get their own copy of it. And so what happens then is they're not all trying to edit the same document, and it retitles it for each individual student, and so you know exactly whose paper you're looking at when they turn it in because it's got their name as part of it. All right. If you don't want them to do any editing to it, you just want them to be able to see it, you would just say students can view it, and that's as simple as that. All right. You can also set due dates so that, again, it'll show up in their Google Calendar so they can see when things are due. You can also organize these things by topic. So let's say, for instance, that the teacher you were working with wanted to have a special folder for all Ag in the Classroom things. You could do that and create that topic, and then everything for Ag in the Classroom would go there. You can also decide which students you want it to go to. So I don't have any students in this class yet, but if you wanted to only assign it to certain students, you can change that as well. All right. Again, I can assign it right now, or I could schedule it for a later time if I wanted to, and say I want this to come out tomorrow or whatever. I'm going to just assign it for right now so that you can see what it looks like. So if I go back to the home page here, you can see there's been a new assignment posted. I can click on it. And now this is the teacher view. The student's view will look slightly different, but you can see they can open the doc. And there is sample document. So it's really important with Google Classroom. It's much, much easier and user-friendly if you're doing everything through Google. So you want to use Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Docs. If documents are in that format, that's going to be the easiest way for teachers and students to utilize those things through Google Classroom. It's pretty easy. If you're typically working in Word, you can copy and paste those things. A lot of PowerPoints, you can actually save them as a Google Slides presentation, and sometimes there's some issue with them transferring over, but typically you can resave those and use those through Google pretty easily. Our stuff typically will not be done through Google, and so if you have materials from us, you'll just need to resave those in a format that would work for your teachers to post them here. If I go back to Classroom, I'll show you some other things that you can do. You can also create quizzes, so the students can take quizzes. You could pose a question. It's not an assignment, it's just something you're asking students, and so they could comment. So I'll just say, how are you today? And you can decide what kind of answer you want them to have. So I'm going to say short answer. And if I say ask, so you can see if I go back here, there's a chance, again, my view looks a little bit different, but there's going to be a chance for people to then comment on that question. If I go back to classwork, I can also just post material. So if you wanted to say, post a link to our new Poultry Ag Mag, you could just post material, and again, it doesn't show up as an assignment that has a due date. It's just something for them to be able to look at. So anytime you post something that's an assignment, it's going to show up as due. And so for the student view, right here in upcoming, anything that's due is going to show up with a due date, and it's going to show that they have missing assignments when they go and look at it. So if you don't have something that actually has a due date, you don't want to make it as an assignment because it kind of messes up their view and makes them think they have work that they need to do that they really don't. All right, so that's a basic rundown through Google Classroom. It's really simple, user-friendly. I used it every single day for many, many years as a teacher, and students and teachers are becoming more and more used to using it. So if there's a way that you could use it either working with teachers, or if you're working in classrooms and there's a way that teachers would be able to add you as a teacher to their Google Classroom, there's a lot of different ways that you could potentially utilize that to more easily work with students. All right, that is a quick introduction to Google Classroom.